Hello, EDCI 700, Dr. Palermo with your week 8 message. You have a lot of writing to do. You have some reading to do in Gareth Morgan. And I know that I have sort of dismissed some of Morgan and downplayed the importance to you or to your evidence work, perhaps. But I think these two chapters, and you're assigned two this week, political systems and psychic prisons. I think these two chapters are really pretty interesting reading, and I would suggest that you do check it out, whether or not you are incorporating these interpretations, these particular metaphors in your description of your school for your OA, which again is the ultimate use of some of Morgan. So Morgan's interest, conflict, and power. Where is the power in your school? And as it's described here in political systems in this chapter, who rules? Is it anarchy? Is it ruled by one, the principal only? Is it like a monarchy or a dictatorship? Is it ruled by a few, the principal and leadership team? Is it truly democratic and ruled by a leadership team, including teachers and parents and others? Check out the sources of power in this chapter. It's on 167, Exhibit 6.3 in my book, probably different in yours. I really love this stuff in Exhibit 6.5, Strategies for the Management of Gender Relations. What are the gender politics in your school? How are men and women perceived differently in terms of their relative power? And check out some of these male and female strategies. Queen Elizabeth, the First Lady, the Invisible Woman, the Amazon, Joan of Arc, or particular male strategies, warrior, father, playboy, the jock. Which brings me to a point that I will make. Who does have the power in your school? Is the principal the most powerful person politically in your school? Is it someone else? At Garner High School, back when I was there 30 years ago, the football coach was the most powerful man at Garner High School at the time. I couldn't figure out how this guy didn't teach any classes. He was just a full-time coach and AD. He got away with that because the community let him get away with it. A whole different approach to a metaphor for organizations is Psychic Prisons, Chapter 7 in Morgan. This draws on Plato's analogy or metaphor of the cave. Check it out if you don't know Plato's cave. All of reality is really just an illusion, an image that we're seeing portrayed on the wall of the cave. The real reality is out there and we can't perceive it. That's kind of an interesting thought. If you can see this image, click on it and tell me why someone underwater and surrounded by fish might be dreaming about birds and flying. But oh, here's another image for you of the psychic prison. I was just zooming with my colleague, Dr. Jenny Sabin, who is a headmaster at a private academy in Beijing, China. And I was asking her about the public schools. She's at a very rich private school, the public schools in China. And she described, now hold on to this, middle school people, a middle school near her in Beijing with 10,000 kids. 10,000 students in a middle school. She described classrooms of 50, where the teacher stands at the front and lectures, rows of children lined up, 2 monitors per classroom who are going around and smacking kids who are off task. They teach from the textbook, they memorize, they parrot and do call and response recitation. That picture of school sounds like a psychic prison to me. So if you're looking for an image to describe your school, I hope it's not psychic prison, but that middle school in Beijing sure sounds like one to me. So what did I do this week in terms of your readings and writings and stuff? I want you to see that I have closed 2 discussion boards related to the Morgan metaphors. You do not need to respond to these. You won't see those in your version of Blackboard. So I've put those on hold. Please do incorporate psychic prisons or politics into your description of your school in your OA if it fits. I threw in one more 3-minute video just to get you thinking, I hope, about big picture. Because if we're thinking about our schools as political systems or thinking about them in terms of systems in general, get outside your classroom, think big picture. Think big picture about capitalism and whether capitalism is the system that it once was in the United States or around the world. I want to get you thinking again globally, and here is a guy you may or may not agree with, a journalist from Great Britain on capitalism. So there's a 3-minute video to just get you thinking. Images of Organization, Chapter 6 and 7 is Political Systems and Psychic Prisons. I hope you find something from Morgan that you can use in your OA. And that's all for this week. You do have writings coming up. You do have work to do on your evidences. Keep working on that stuff, please. Keep working on your proposals and send me an email or text if you have anything to share. Thank you. Have a great week, ladies.